Right. Global Chem Vale. Let's get this started. They were fairly decent. I mean, I wasn't all too interested in the matches leading up to the Miami Vale Major, but I did watch quite a bit of it, and Global Chem had some interesting strats. Very interesting strats. Kill switch. These guys weren't too good at Pavlov. I don't know if I should put them in F or... I'll put them in D. They weren't absolutely terrible, but they were not all that good. Tainted, honestly, in the same boat. I realize that since I have way less players I'm doing, that I will actually be able to rate them in order. But I will keep Kill Switch above Tainted because Tainted were not that good. Pixel, for normal Pavlov, pretty good. They were kind of just in the middle, and they were EU, so they were just kind of fairly decent. But the Shaq team was a lot better in their standings. I'm not gonna compare like their PC team was definitely better than the Shaq team for sure, but I'm comparing this list based off the standings in the league they played in. They were able to get gold without much experience, though. Or not, they did have experience, but not on Shaq, you know. Switching to 72 FPS is an absolute nightmare coming from 120. Actually, I think back then when they played, it was still capped at 60 FPS, which is even worse. Ivy, definitely, I wouldn't say an A tier Breachers team. I'd say they were B tier. They were below, what was it? I know they were second or third in the BCL standings, and there was another EU team that was above them, but I forgot who it was. Psychosis, for Vale, easily S tier. I mean, they were goated until they got banned. Psychosis for Pavlov, on the other hand, were not goated. They were easily built to your team. Kinda felt bad for the Pavlov team. They never really got that far. Funnily enough, they did have Vision on their team, but that's when he was first starting out VR, so he wasn't all that good. Just, he eventually got robbed by Dream Team, and then Dream Team eventually gave him up to Rekt, because Rekt poaches every good player. Globochem Onward. Righty, the Onward teams. So based off standings, I would put them in A tier. But I'm not exactly sure where exactly. I'll keep them in A tier, order it around a bit later. I did take a quick look at most of the Onward team standings. I guess I'll get Teen here later. He'll help me out with that. Vortex Pavlov. Also S tier. They were really good. I mean, they weren't really as good as Rekt because they didn't beat them before the game died out, but they had some very, very tough strategies, especially considering all of their players were extremely smart in themselves. Vortex Vale, kind of the same, probably same tier. Again, right now they're probably like B tier, C tier at Vale, but this list is going off at their peak rosters, and of course they won the Miami Vale Major. They definitely deserved it. Apex Vale, we kind of sucked, not gonna lie. We weren't in the middle, but we weren't at the top. We would fight hand in hand with most of the top teams and usually lose by a couple of rounds. Never really beat any of the top teams, but we never lost to any of the lower teams. Oh yeah, I completely forgot Lumi. Globo ran the entire thing of early VRML. I don't know why the heck I put them at A tier. Good reminder. Apex Contractors. It's gonna be your first S+. Ran everything for like, what, 2-3 years? They lost, what, one map out of all those years and just decimated the entire community so much to the point every single team below them thinks that they're hacking. Absolutely cracked. And also gave birth to some of the greatest VR players too. Amazing team. Solaris. I don't know if Solaris was better than Psychosis, but I do know that they were on the same tier, easily both in S tier before they kind of got banned. Pixel for Breachers. Honestly, they did get gold in there too, but they were not too good. They didn't really win anything major. They kind of just got up and then sat there, as they've done for like every league they played in. Team Jared, bad. Straight up bad. Apollo, Apollo used to be really bad, but if we're talking their peak roster, they got into gold, I think, and then died off, unfortunately. It's quite unfortunate to see what happened to them. I will put them, actually, I'll put them in B tier above Pixel. They're definitely better than Pixel, but not by much. Arc, S tier, easily, from what I know from their Hyperdash history. TMNN, or TMNM, also, from their Hyperdash history alone, both get S tier. Good lag. Bunch of hackuzators. I don't want to talk about them. They can sit there and cry about it. Right, yeah, physics. Yeah, I think keeping you in B tier would be fine for Shaq. Yeah, I forgot what Apollo. I know Apollo had a really good lineup. Like I think it was after season 2, or it was after one of the seasons, season 2 or 3, before like the game died out or they died out. Then other players went somewhere else. VRF Velocity. These guys, they won the first season, but that's because, oh yeah, everyone left for Adrenaline, that's why. And then Adrenaline became like the top 3-2 Shaq team eventually. They did win. I'll give them A tier, since they did win early season of BCL, but that's pretty much all they did. I don't know where exactly they went after that. I didn't focus too much. Cat. This is Alpha Squad. Solely an APJ team, which is pretty much a bunch of Japanese players. Contractors team. Their players are good. I'm not too sure about their match history. They didn't really get all too far anywhere for the most part, so I will put them in B tier. Revolt, on the other hand, also A tier. They did win a season as well. Revolt were pretty good back in the earlier days, but then of course they fell off after the spring season thingy, whatever, in BCL. Franchi, they kind of sucked, I'm not gonna lie. They didn't win all that much, or at least do all that good. They recorded, I'm pretty sure they were on the bottom standings for most of the leagues they played in. Eternity, I wouldn't say S tier, definitely A tier for sure. Higher A tier. They're really good at Breachers, but I don't want to put them in S tier, really. How far did they get? They got pretty far, and then they won what, BCL. And then they're... Do I do cocaine? Yes, I do, Odd. Yes, I do. I need other teams to put with to keep these guys in S. Misfits. Isn't this just unwanted guests mixed with a bunch of random players? I'll put them at the top of D tier, if it'll let me. Outcasts kind of suck, not gonna lie. They've been playing the game for like 3 years and are still at like the bottom of their standings. CC Vale, S tier. Quite easily at the top of the game. I wouldn't say higher S tier, I would say lower S tier. I mean, at their peak, they're really good, but they're super inconsistent with it. Sector ain't bad. They're pretty good. Actually, I would, let's see. I can find Anarchy down here. So, we scrimmed them, we scrimmed Sector a lot when I played for Anarchy. If I can... did I not put Anarchy on here? No, I did. I'm blind. Anarchy would definitely go higher into A tier. SKF's Roughnecks were they were the bad team. I won't say they're as bad as Misfits and Efranchi, but they're not good. Kind of just a mid-tier contractors team. Cobra Cartel for Vale. I mean, they were alright. We're towards top of A. That wasn't bad, but they kind of got crushed by Rect in the major. I am not putting CC Vale in S+. That's S+ is for teams who absolutely ran their leagues. Like, I mean, completely flawless then. Speaking of which, I will put Cobra Cartel Population 1 up there, as I'm doing Cobra Cartel right now, because they pretty much ran their own league. Oh, Team Cheese? I couldn't find the Team Cheese logo, Nubin, so couldn't really put them on here. OP Breachers. Chip and Sleepy agreed to put this at B tier. I did too. They kind of integrated their onward aim and movement into the game and never really learned Breachers all that much, so they didn't get too far with it. Onward, on the other hand, easily S tier. They won what? They won season 14, or did they get banned before that? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they like beat everybody until they got banned. I'm not too sure about the history. Yeah, T, but I'm doing the team tier list based off how good they did in their leagues, pretty much. Compared to the difficulty of other leagues. So top of S tier, I'll put. But I wouldn't say S+ because Acer Vale also exists. Actually, speaking of which, I might get that done with right here if I can find them. Acer Vale. Right now, better, in my opinion, and most of the opinions of other top players I've talked to. So, keep it like that. I'll try to categorize the teams in certain games, so let's say this is alright. Man, this tier list is gonna be so cursed. Yeah, you guys did beat Acer, and then Acer beat you back. And so far, Acer has slowly been beating you guys back, so... Well, that's what happens when you try to make a tier list. Opinions be opinions. Wrecked. Probably top of... Better than... Oh wait, no, we're talking peak Wrecked. No. From what I know, peak Wrecked in Vale... But then they had not the Miami Vale major roster, but the roster with Neuro would be their best. I'd say the Wrecked roster that had Neuro was definitely probably one of the best rosters. Pretty sure they won the entire season flawlessly until Determined beat them at some point, unless that was in a scrim. I don't know. Slaughterhouse. I haven't really seen what they've been up to so much, but I have seen most of what their players have been doing, and knowing their lineup, they're a very good team. Very, very good team in Shaq right now. Probably definitely top 3 easily, considering they have Chick as an IGL and a lot of good shooters like Smalls, Potato, and Ben. That alone, that's easily a top Shaq team right there. Solaris is better than Psychosis, alright. Wrecked for Pavlov? I would probably put it at the top of S+. Call me biased because it's my game, but the Wrecked Pavlov team was easily one of the, probably, in my opinion, the best VR team to ever exist. Like, when they actually played, they were just so dominant. And the thing is, back in the day, Pavlov was about just as competitive as Vale, the way teams are practicing. And yet they still dominated the entire competition, so. Rect X8. X8 team was good. Should probably do the Breachers or the X8 Acer team. Unfortunately, we lost to them, so gonna have to put them below. Global Dystopia. This is Nova, not Nexus. They were decent, and if I can find the other Global Dystopia, I'd put them at D tier. Nova was the good one, right? Because Nexus is the bad one, because I'd swap their places. Fugitives. Good Pop 1 team. Quite decent. Pavlov Shack wrecked. Honestly, right now, they're kind of terrible. If I'm gonna be honest, the Shack team for wrecked is like, at least for PCC, terrible. I mean, they don't have any other good players. Diligent and Icon are gone. Diligent and Icon alone would throw them up to S tier, as long as they had their other IGLs and stuff, their sub-fraggers. But right now, they just don't have the roster that they used to anymore. Ooh, I should do let me see if I can find the CC Pavlov team. Or I could just completely forget to put CC Pavlov on the list. Yeah, that's fine. I'll go do that when I'm done. Royalty of the PCC team. Yeah, I think I have royalty on here somewhere. Oh wait, no, you're talking about no, the other royalty on here. No, that's the Pavlov royalty. Who, speaking of which, can also go into S+. They were also throughout the EU scene. Matt H, Roberts, and Crackers alone soloed the entirety of EU before Crimson Claw came around when they left. I don't even believe Royalty ever faced Crimson Claw at any point. I'm pretty sure they left when Crimson Claw took over. Wrecked Breachers. Yeah, they was alright. I'm pretty sure they got to semifinals. Nova was the worser one. Alrighty, swap that. Acer Rec Room, S tier. They all the Rec Room teams just win everything that they play, from what I've heard. Cheshire. Looking at the lineup, they ain't doing too hot this season of Pav. Pretty sure they're just like one of Wonderland's many different teams. Acer, Hyperdash, S tier. So they'll put them along with the other Hyperdash teams. Acer Breachers, completely dominant right now. F3 and Eternity didn't even get close to them. .com was good when they played. I'm pretty sure they don't exist anymore. Supreme, S-, goated Pop 1 team. Eternity for X8. They kind of sucked, but they wasn't too bad. They got third place. CC for Breachers. Pretty sure they quit after a while, but when they did play, they were good. Nova. The first team I ever played on, we was really mid, if I'm gonna be honest. We sucked. We were literally the top of the middle team, so... Well, before I got robbed by Deathwish, and then Yankee broke his controller and we fell apart. We would have definitely won silver championships, but yeah, kind of fell apart. Legion, the contractors team, same thing. They're kind of mid, but they ain't too bad. BRZSO, probably not C. I'll put them right next to Legion, fairly enough. I'm not too sure about most of the contractors players, how they play as a team, but I do know that their players definitely don't have the greatest skills. Void was B tier. They was good. Unfortunately, they lost to Anarchy. Not before having the great pan-off, though. That was fun to watch. Determined Hyperdash. easily S plus tier. They were also completely dominant over their league. There's a lot more S plus teams than players, because as a player, it's way harder to get up there. But as teams, you can definitely stack. It's easier to stack a team than stack yourself as a player. BRZ definitely better than Legion. All right. Determined Veil. Upper A tier for sure. Close to S tier, but they weren't as good as the. I don't really like putting them in A tier though, because they are a really good team. It's just their players, their lower tier players like Willow and Makers kind of hold them back compared to what like Rekko and Darkmoon can pull off. I think at their peak, probably. I'll put them lower S. I think lower S is fair. The Acer Ready Aim Fire team. Me, Achilles, and Rise were easily goated. Same with the Party Pie team. We completely dominated our leagues. There was no competition at all when it came to us. Cheeky Breachy were good, but never won any seasons. They kind of just stacked with top Pavlov players and ran with it. Rogue. So this one's Alpha. Alpha can definitely get lower S tier. This is Omega and Sigma. This one's Omega, right? I need some Contractors players to confirm that for me. If so, I'd put them in B tier. And then Sigma in C tier. I don't know if Sigma would be above these two or below these two. Alpha A. I mean, yeah. I mean, in Contractors, they're S tier, but as a team overall, I guess I'll put them in A tier. Oh, wait, I completely forgot what I did to them. Sigma's the diamond. Oh, okay. Yeah, I stream sniped Astrius in a lobby yesterday while he was testing out a new comp control map. That was funny. Took out a nice little 29-3 against him and his players. It was quite comical. Yeah, I completely forgot. I overestimated their players. They ain't that good. Unwanted guests. Didn't they beat like Rising Order or something? Yeah, they ain't that bad. They ain't that good. Aggravated Discharge. I don't. All these teams are like this, like exact same skill level. I wouldn't know if I should put them above or below these guys. It's completely forgot comparably where they were. I knew they're C tier, but comparably, I'm pretty sure they're better than these three teams. I'm not sure. Blaze. They were what, Diamond Master and Onward for a bit. So A tier. I'm not too sure how to rank most of the Onward teams, but I will revise this list towards the end. SKS. This is the good SKS. Yeah, no. They have like 2 people on their team who cheated. They don't deserve a ranking. Animal House. Same thing. The Onward teams. BRZO better than AD. Alright. Should seem fine. One crew. This is the bad one crew. So I'll put them in D tier. Where's the other one crew at? The good one. AKA Rising Order. I didn't put them as Rising Order because oh, Blaze D tier. Ready? This is why I have you here, T. Animal House, you can tell me where to put Animal House at. Russian Bear Squad. I haven't really seen these guys play, but looking at their lineup, D tier Contractors players, D tier team. Royal Strive. Honestly, S tier. I don't know why they threw the major, but I guess they just played too tactically. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna do that real quick. Both the forges are bad. Outcasts are probably better than them. Animal House B. Fair enough. One crew. This is the good one crew. B, they have some pretty, yeah, they have some pretty good shooters. I'd put them above, Omega. Did they beat Void? I don't remember if Void beat one crew. I mean, I'd still put them above Void anyways. I'm gonna move Cat down here. Let me sort this out a bit. So let me put all the contractors teams in order. And the onward teams. Breachers teams in order. CC Breachers was better than OP. Sector is definitely better than those guys, but not better than one crew. The Pavlov teams definitely can go back here. They were decent at their peak. And then we have an X8 team, a Breachers team. I don't think they were better than CC. They were better than OP. Scooby Snacks. At their peak of Pavlov, they were... I mean, they lost to us in a scrim, so... But their peak roster was pretty good. I'd say, I'd say, in C tier, but below Nova at our peak. Yo, what up, Gravity? I have been doing well. Pretty great considering I'm about to retire soon, so I'm happy to be doing that. No more Discord at all. Release a nice little video, work on some other things. VR Mafia. Man, if only I wasn't banned from contractors, I'd know where to place these guys. I think right here would be fine. Below BRZ, maybe below aggravated discharge would be fine. Pulsar, they kind of sucked at X8. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure we dunked on them in every scrim we played against them. Aeronite, you'd have to... Yeah, Fraza, just... Anyone in chat that wants to help me out, just go ahead, and don't be biased. IVI is not better than every VR team. You guys, OP above Globo. Have I gone to OP yet? I have. Okay, put you above Globo. We have Pavlov teams here. Strive was Veil, so I'll move them up to below the Veil teams. Since all these Veil teams are better than them. I mean, yeah, Cobra went to LAN, right? But they weren't... Didn't they kind of lose by a lot? We'll think about that. Strive, S plus, or oh, but they had, yeah. I don't know if I should put them in S plus or S because I don't know too much about their history. Overveil is S. Oh yeah, I'll put them up there. But I will put them... I guess I put them above Strive, since technically they did beat him. Yeah, Global Chem Onward did win a lot of seasons, that's why they're up here, but... Strive Easy S+, righty. But of course, they lost to Apex, so... I mean, no, Apex is better than Strive, right? they beat them. And what? It was like season 2 of Dub City or VREL before they got banned. As far as I know. I mean, I'm talking peak rosters. So if it was like during the time, Strive was probably better than Apex. But peak rosters with like Kija, Neuro, Lust. Yeah, I don't think anyone's beating that team ever. Well, yeah, you guys were beating Apex when they were still getting good. Astra. Alright, T. I'm gonna leave that right there. You tell me where to put Astra. I don't know why the logo is so small. Guess I'll have to change it. Strive was way better than Strive over Apex? Alright then. Take your guys' opinions on it. I mean, from what I've seen, though, it seems like Apex was better. Astra A, fair enough. Do we have any other onward teams? A tier, no, we don't. Eclipse. Alright, Eclipse has a bunch of teams, but they never really get high in any of the games they play. As an organization, I'll put Eclipse in D tier. I would put them in C tier, but they take checks out of their players' money, so no. You are not getting C tier until you learn not to do that. I don't care about organization expenses. You guys are clowns. Actually, I forgot I made that tier. Vanguard. Ooh, peak Vanguard. It's very good. When they had, what, Deuce, Austin, everybody else? Astra, B or C? I guess you're outvoted, T. I mean, I don't really know who to believe. Yeah, I'll cut it in the middle and say B. Top of B, though. Astra, Onward, different. Oh, yeah. Oh, if they're talking about... If they think it's a Veil team, then I guess I'll keep it at A. What are these? Imperials? Where should I put Imperials at? Yeah, no, I got that T. I'll keep them at A. Imperials, I'll put that there until you reply. Brutality? That was really good. They were consistently, I think, what, Master on... Imperials S+, really? Were they that good at Onward? Oh, alrighty. They did completely roll everybody. TD. I'm pretty sure Frutality was better than TD. Was it TD? No, TD was better than Frutality, I think. Actually. No, not V. R-E-L. V-R-M-L. Well, I guess I have to go check this real quick. Europe. Back to when people actually played. So it was TD. Frutality didn't exist. Frutality existed in Season 8. Okay, so it was Frutality over TD. Just based off of standings, at least, I can get from that. And then Friendly Fire, CC were above. Oh, that's when CC was bad, no. Season 9 CC, yeah, they were on top. It's Friendly Fire. Let me go get Friendly Fire done real quick. I'm pretty sure I have them on here. Yeah, Friendly Fire is right next. So A tier, the EU side of things. Oh boy. Let me think about this for a little bit. Here, T, I'll call you when I'm done with the list so we can sort them around a bit. Righty, let me get back to this real quick. Valk sucked at Pavlov. All they were in VREL was just free scrims. Sunset Ravens weren't as bad, but they also sucked at Pavlov. Lucky Round. It was good, right? Lucky Round was usually on the lower end, right? They were always on the lower to middle end. Weren't they better at some point? You know, they only existed in Season 9 to 10. Yeah, they were definitely in the middle. Here. Also should probably move those down just a bit. And While we're on the topic of that, old people. Top of A. They were really good at Pavlov. I want to say they were in S tier though. Let's see. Virtual Assassins, we'll get Virtual Assassins on there too. VA wasn't as good as Friendly Fire. I don't know why I would think that. Should be all the EU teams. Italian Warriors. All they did was give birth to Gattonero and BTK, and that was it. The other players sucked. So Plants. Again, I'm gonna have to look at the standings again. They were better than Lucky Round, right? Yes, they were better than Lucky Round. So I will put them above them in C tier. Arctic was kind of fire, but it was early days of Pavlov, so it doesn't really count too much. They did have, well, I could put them in A tier though, because they had Japham, Thief. Let me go look at old, because old Arctic was really good, but they were like pretty early on. Arctic, yeah. So they were Master. Yeah. Oh, they didn't even make it to Season 5? Were they only Season 4? Or did they just do really bad? No, they were silver here. That's because there were no gold teams. I'm pretty sure that's when their rosters got robbed of all their good players, so Arctic kind of fell off. But peak Arctic with like all the good players was easily A tier. Social Justice Warriors, kind of the GOATs. They beat, what, a few Master teams, but eventually got banned because, you know, having Max S, Red, Beanstalk, and that entire team was a disaster to be had. Mug Maniacs, cool team, but wasn't all that. Shack Attack, pretty sure Shack Attack only beat Tainted, so they lost to every single other team. Night Shift, lower, better than all the lower Pavlov teams. Flying Kiwis. Womp womp. 8 Basils. Oh, I forgot to separate 8 Basils with the Veil team and the Pavlov team. I mean, I'd put the Veil team. I think I'd just put them B both anyways for the Pavlov team because they were generally above average. The Veil team possibly A for Veil. They adapted really quick. They got pretty good, pretty fast. Thinking. S+, Thinking we're goated. They won what? Seasons 3 to 5, I think it was? Let me see. Yeah, they won Season 5. They won Season... They weren't here for Season 4, were they? Season 5. Let me just look at the place. 6 and 7. Yeah, they won Seasons 5, 6, and 7. So yeah, they were the GOATs before Rect took over. And then won, what, Season 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they lost 13, I think. Tempo Onward. I'm gonna leave that here for you to rate T, wherever you want to put them. Also, the Veil team. I had no idea where they were in Veil. I just added these teams because of you. Solstice. Easily S tier. I mean, only reason Solstice was good was because of all the other good teams leaving. But still, even against a nerfed Rect without Chill Step, Japham, and Kamoli, we were still really good against them. Like, got so close to the point where we lost from a 1 round of difference out of all 3 of the maps. And then they got banned, so rest in peace. Infinitum. You know what? I'll just put all the Onward teams right here for later. Right, now to the Pavlov teams. Waifu list. They were really good. what they were master, right? Throughout multiple seasons. I'm pretty sure they won early seasons. Tempo, C and Onward. C and Onward, and D and Vale. D Onward. Top of D, no compromise. Myriad. Mid-team, carried by Energy Claps. Kind of only reason they're good is because all the other good teams are gone. So I guess I'll put them at D tier considering the state of comp. No, D tier actually doesn't seem right. Nave deserves D tier though. I don't know why I'd put Myriad in D tier. Myriad aren't that bad. JW, same with every player on their team, D tier. JW also D tier, very good. Damnation, I don't know if Damnation wasn't better than JW. They were still really good. I mean, peak JW was definitely better than peak Damnation. Dream Team. I don't think they were better than Waifu List, from what I've seen, but they were have always been a really solid team. Vanquiliers and S+. Which one are they? Would I put them above or below Imperials? Since you both agree on it, I'd assume that they're both above Imperials, but... Malice... Malice is... better than Sunset Ravens, I'd put, for sure. Wonderland? Oh, Wonderland peak roster. Really good. I'd say above Damnation. Maybe above Jabberwocky as well. Because depending on who they play, they were really good. If they played Lubden, Ducky, Minnie, Biggie, and I don't know, any combination of the other 5 players, then they were definitely really good. Narcos. Peak Narcos was pretty good. Damnation is literally just Narcos without some of the good players, so I will put... No, I'll put Narcos above Damnation since... Yeah. Older guys... we're fine at Breachers. They were pretty good. I don't know if I have any Breachers players in here who would think otherwise. Played against them. Legion. Let's see, where'd I put the other Pavlov Shack teams? I mean, I still B is probably really fair for Legion, considering where they got. But they got 2nd place throughout multiple seasons. They never beat Deathwish. Peasants, mid PSVR team. Insignia, better than Peasants, that for sure, but for a PSVR team, they weren't all that. Oh wait, no, but they have a, yeah, probably upper C with their roster now, because they got a bunch of PC players on the team. Delta Force, better than Peasants. Standings get clapped. It's also better than Peasants, but not as good as Delta Force. Divine, lower B for sure. I mean, their players now are better than the Legion players, but when they actually played, Legion was better than Divine. Divine were the only ones to beat Deathwish, though. They were a wild card. Downfall. Kind of the same. It's like a mix of Damnation and Narcos. They had meaty one too. Yeah. Didn't they beat Wonderland? No, they beat a bad version of Wonderland. No, they beat Wonderland like yesterday. So Insignia is Apache, Smalls, Potato Cardinal. Yeah, that is definitely B tier for sure if they have those players. Yeah, lower B for sure. Ace High kind of sucked. I'm gonna be honest. All their players were bad. Black Ice, lower, probably towards, yeah, top of A. I want to say their peak roster would be OP, SJW, and peak Dream Team. Did I put Dream Team in S tier? I did. That's right, though, considering they ran kind of early ERML for Pav. Mages, literally just Solstice without me, Hudson, and Scuba. So, ain't much. DEFCON, B. Really good players though. Maybe at their peak, nah, at their peak definitely lower. Maybe upper C. I won't put them as far as B. Havoc. They steal players' money. Absolutely not. Vanguard. Okay, where do I put Vanguard at on Wordians? Restart. Kind of the same situation as the older guys for Breachers. Where's Apex? Apex is up here for Contractors and right here for Vale and B, middle of B. We were definitely middle of B though, Rise. If I'm gonna be honest. Polarize. Kind of mid, not gonna lie. Ignite. Sort of in the same situation. I'm pretty sure Ignite was better than... Was Ignite better than Restart? I'm pretty sure no. I'm having a team dilemma. I think I remember them being Diamond, so I'll put them lower. F3 was definitely better than these guys, so I'll put them more towards the top of... Yeah, I want to say they were better than the Pavlov teams. Pavlov teams were better. I mean, I can't really compare them to Pavlov teams. Wicked, easily A tier. At their peak, actually, probably upper A tier. It was really good. Indomitable. They were better than Restart and Ignite, but not as good as Wicked. Infinity. Lower than Wicked for sure. Wicked at their peak was better than Infinity. Aspect. According to VRML standings, they're pretty high, but from what I know, they got kind of rolled. But okay, I'm gonna need a Breachers player. Lumi, help me out here. Where do I put Aspect? It's like the only top Breachers team who I've like never heard of. Napalm. Aspect is older guys. Oh. Righty. Where did I put Nova at? Did I put Nova at... Oh, yeah. Napalm, probably worse than all the other C-tier Pav teams, or Shack teams. Deathwish, absolutely in their prime, ran the Shack team, or the Shack community. We were goated. Well, they were goated. I mean, I could only say we for like 3 weeks before I got kicked off the team, because I kind of stood behind a railing that had terrible graphics. Let me the type of guy that jerks with his left hand. That's crazy. Okay. Contingency sucked. Vibloom. I mean, I'd put them in S since they were second to Deathwish, but considering the fact that they got 10-1 in the finals, the skill gap was huge between Deathwish and Vibloom. It was insane. Maybe even B tier as well. Vibloom sucked. Voltage. Voltage was better than Nova and Napalm. I'd say lower B for sure. They were better than us. I mean, the peak Voltage was pretty good since they became a gold team at some point. Probably lower than Divine. That seems fair. UMAD. I put him lower A tier. UMAD pretty good. I don't know if did I put Rogue Alpha down here somewhere? Put Rogue Alpha. I did put Rogue Alpha here. I'm just completely blind, I guess. Yeah, here we go. Pretty sure Alpha beats UMAD, or they beat UMAD. And then other onward team. UMAD is B. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll put them in B. It was always at the lower end of contracts. They were third place throughout their entire run. Oh, well, same thing as Rogue Alpha. Actually, I forgot when I played against them. I remember I played against these guys, and yeah, they sucked. They are good, but like in terms of contractors, not really. Okay. So this is on the right thing. T. See if T is alive.
Alright. What's good?
Was good. Oh, let me stream this since my stream's delayed. Stream on. Alright, is it showing the tier list right now?
Yes, it is. It
Okay.
is. Alright.
So, all
Well,
these
that's a
teams
Veil
have-
team, Infinitum.
Yeah, where should I put Infinitum Veil at?
C.
D?
C.
Oh, C. Alright.
They were like better than like the terrible teams, but they were like pretty bad.
So pretty much the definition of mid. Vikings?
Yeah.
Where would they put them at?
Vikings, I'd put in A. They were good at Onward, but they never really locked anything down, and they also accusated so much.
Ooh, unfortunate. G-Men. G-Men were good, right?
G-Men were S. G-Men were definitely S.
Yeah,
I mean, that was Kija's debut, and
Kija and Jen,
that was when
which
Movement,
were those two
Nintendo. Era 404,
They were
I'd
good
give
too,
high
right?
A. They were really good, but there was, I don't know, there was a lot of interesting things going on with them. I'd give them high A.
Alright. Let me put them below the Breachers team, or after the Breachers team, and below the Pavlov teams. Infinitum for Onward.
I actually don't know. I don't think they had an Onward team.
They didn't?
I don't remember it.
I thought you said that when
That's one
you were
for
sending out
chat.
teams
Oh
to
no.
picks.
Oh no, I meant that was the Veil one. That's the Raptors Onward team. They were really good. I'd
No,
put
I
them
heard Raptors,
in
they won,
S,
what,
yeah.
Earlier seasons, were they better than?
They
G-Men?
won their... Yes. They were really good. They won their second season ever. Like their first season, they like got diamond, and then they were like the fastest growing team like ever. In Onward, at least.
Alright. What about Dark Matter? B.
Low B.
Low B.
Actually, I'd put them in C.
C. I see.
Yeah, they just kind of got hard stuck. Silent Purge, low C.
Low C. Alright.
They like primed when everyone was trash onwards, and then they really fell off, and then they just like accusated everybody.
Ready? Pantheon. Where should I put these guys?
Pantheon, high C.
High C. Better than
Yep.
Dark Matter or worse?
Yeah, better.
Alright. Then.
I don't know that team.
I guess we'll have to ask Chip about that.
Mayhem.
Chip?
Mayhem is I'd put them high C, but low B makes sense because they were master and they were pretty good. You haven't got beginners in there. Beginners.
Let me do that real quick.
They're S plus. They ran Onward for like 10 seasons or something stupid like that. It's season 10, I think.
Earlier seasons, season 10.
Yeah.
Beginners.
Wait, actually check how many seasons they had. I don't know. Pantheon's always been mediocre. Chip.
11. Season 12, they were a bit lower. They had 5 losses. Season 11, they had 3 losses, and in season 10, no losses. So they started falling off a bit towards season 14.
Well, they
didn't.
No, they quit. They quit after one of the seasons.
This is season
Yeah, I
14.
mean you could
They
get
don't
boss
seem to
fight
be
in.
anymore.
No,
Boss fight?
they quit in like season 12 or something.
Where should I put
They
boss
got
fight
fed
at?
up. I'd put boss fight in A, low A.
Alright, I can't add them
'Cause
right
they
now.
work
I'll add
good.
them in the after list. because I
All
had to
right.
redo the entire list for some reason.
Yeah, but beginners has to be S plus. I don't know who else. We
Take
had
a look at most of this other
Resurgence.
list. Would you agree with the? I know you guys were talking about some of the
Resurgence is
veil
basically
standings.
Vankers.
I knew the veil standings were going to be really controversial, so I did not
Okay.
want to really.
I mean, okay, so there's two different ways I'd fork it, because if we're doing it off of like teams that got banned before they could reach their full potential, then I'd put OP in S tier, and I'd also put Solaris in OP in S plus tier, and I had like genuine confidence that Solaris would be S plus because we had a really stacked roster, and
Yeah,
we
but same
we
with
like
Psychosis. You guys got banned before we could see anything.
yeah, that's a justification for OP not being S plus, because they were running onward until they got banned,
Yeah,
which
I
was
know
quite
that.
stupid
That's why
to
Rekt
why they got
merged with
banned.
them because they were so powerful.
Yeah.
Rekt always poaches whatever the best team or players are, so. Used to. Now Rekt fell off completely.
I mean, Vale, it's pretty much correct. I mean, I'd put Cobra in A because they got to LAN, but they were also in a pretty easy bracket, and then after they came out of
Yeah,
LAN, they
that's
were
what I'm
not
saying.
strong at all.
Because
They were just terrible after.
the way the brackets
With
were,
the same players.
I'll put them to lower A.
High A, high A.
Or I mean high A, yeah, high A. That's where I put them. Because yeah, they kind of got
I'm
destroyed.
gonna get hate for that.
In the actual major. I mean, against
No, they got third. They got
Yeah, they
third,
got
but
third, but they got destroyed by what? They got 9-0'd, and then like 7-0'd.
yeah, it was a Rect and Vortex gap. And
Yeah, the Rekt and
Strive
Vortex compared to
because
Strive
of like
Cobra is pretty huge.
Crackers had like an anxiety attack mid game and like just like completely folded, so it was a 4v5.
And he got naded a million times.
Yeah. Although Strive
Probably
strats weren't great. But they were still a great team, and they had Neuro and Omi and stuff, so I was technically on it, but I wasn't at the LAN.
I still feel pretty confident about most of the Breachers teams being at where they are.
I don't know too much about Breaches, but I'd put CC low B. We were fucking arse cheeks.
Lower B?
Yeah.
Someone DM me telling me to put IVI above, so I'll put him lower B.
Yeah, we hated the game and we were just fucking trash.
Yeah, no, Breachers is just a terrible game in general for players who like high skill ceilings.
The Breaches I knew was different. I mean, Eternity
That's back when
didn't Dolphin get caught
stagnant. Like the recoil would instantly teleport upwards, and like you could.
Well, the visual recoil was like completely scuffed. Yeah. Oh yeah, drop shot instantly as well. Oh god. But I'm not gonna.
Awful, especially against high typing players.
I feel like Rogue Alpha belongs in B.
In B?
And that's a cheeky thing. Have we not got Anarchy though, and Code? Because Code obviously won one of the seasons.
Anarchy is Code, so that's why I put them.
Yeah.
It's because Apex didn't have their players though, and their players were washed. Especially with
where are they though? Oh, Anarchy. Okay. Oh, I see it.
I put them. Yeah,
no,
I put them in upper A. They deserve that for sure.
They had Prodigy though.
I
mean, I fought them in the finals, and I fought them in the finals, and oh my god, Prodigy just absolutely touched us up. It was disgusting.
That's exactly why he's in upper S. Even for the amount of time he played, he got really good. For like what? He had like 6 months.
Yeah, he was stinky. He was actually stinky.
Yeah, he was a really good stock player. I never really tried out stock though, so I would never know how stock works. F3 peak higher. Put a Breacher's icon on Ignite because Ignite Echo was.
Actually, I'm kind of tempted to put Vikings low B. Because they were a master team at the time that I played, and I dropped like 30 kills on them, which is a lot for an onward game.
Our onward game's like 6 matches total? Something like that? Or
no, 3 maps.
3 maps.
Yeah, and then 4 points.
3 maps with how many rounds again? Like 6 rounds?
4 rounds each map. Oh, it's up to 4 each map. But like, for kills in onward is not easy to get. No, less than breaches kills. You get way less, just because of the pace of the game.
Oh right.
Put Blaze in F. I put them in E instead. If there is an E tier,
There's no
oh, there
E,
isn't.
there's a D.
Actually,
Pretty
to be
much
honest,
E would be lower D.
I think Chip's right because, like, I'm gonna rinse Blaze a bit, but how do you go like 6 or 7 seasons without like getting past gold? That's actually impressive. Like,
Well, that's
normally
kind
a
of
team
most
would
of these
at
other
least
teams
pick
are.
up.
Forge have never gotten better. Outcasts have never gotten better. Ace High never got better. Valk also never got better. And they've all been playing for a long time. Team Jared V2 is like the only F tier team that's here because it's a team made off of completely new players.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really it from what I've seen. So you can continue. I'll quit. Big
All right.
call.
Thanks for the help.
Ciao.
Cut him off right before he could say his last word. Anyways, I think I will go add the other teams and then make the template, but honestly I think that would be it. I don't want to make this as long as the last tier list. That was a bit more major, a lot more time put into this. I kind of wanted to get this done as a filler video for my next videos coming out, because those are going to be way longer in development. Let's see, mostly my ultimate aim tutorial. That is, I'm gonna try to cover. It may be 2-part because I want to get controller stacking and freehand in there, or 2 separate videos. I may not release both videos at once. No stock because I don't own a stock. I never practiced the stock, but I can definitely do a training tutorial for controller stacking and freehanding. Especially controller stacking is something that a lot of people need help with. Mostly Shaq players. I want to make that for them because very few Shaq players controller stack correctly. Most of the PC players, they know the controller stacking methods and all that, but Shaq players are a bit underdeveloped, as I've said before, compared to other VR players, especially PC VR Pavlov. It's kind of unfortunate. And then for freehand's kind of self-explanatory. You just need to learn how to improve your muscle memory, and when you learn to do that, it should be really easy. Refer them to your stock tutorial. You have a stock tutorial? Ain't that nice? Yeah, I have a couple of tutorials, such as chill steps and tans, that I can lead people towards. And then, of course, my final video on February 23rd, 20 days from now. That's, of course, a little secret, but it'll be a pretty good video. Not really. It's more of a parting message than a video, but if you like podcasts, that's the only tip we'll give you about it. Speaking of which, I gotta get on the Acer podcast before I retire. Should get that done. So I'll download this. Hopefully it doesn't break my PC. Last time I tried to download the that last tier list, it was like, what, 488 players, and it completely broke my friggin' PC when I tried to export it.